Hello world, Shelly here, and today we are going to take green beauty very literally. I'm going to talk about houseplants that are good for your skin. I fell down a rabbit hole recently looking at houseplants, and I don't have a green thumb, so I'm always on the lookout for plants that I can manage to keep alive. Houseplants are shown in multiple studies to be very good for us, and it got me thinking that some of the reasons they're good for us might actually also be good for our skin. Sure enough, it's true. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about houseplants that are good for your skin. I'll show you some of my favorites. I ended up ordering another $100 worth of them myself. They're on their way here as we speak. But generally speaking, houseplants and humans have a very nice symbiotic relationship. Houseplants need carbon dioxide to breathe. Humans need oxygen. Humans breathe out carbon dioxide and plants breathe out oxygen. So we actually pair up very well with each other. Now, the other benefit to having houseplants around you in terms of the air is that houseplants can filter out toxic chemicals from the air. They can remove things in the air that would tend to be environmental aggressors. So when you talk about skincare and you've got, say, antioxidants in your skincare formula, that's to combat free radicals and inflammation and the things that the environment can cause to act up in your body. So if you've got less of those things in the air because they've been filtered out by your houseplants, that's awesome. Good for your skin. The reason in my world that plants are good for the skin is their process of transpiration. So the way plants process water, they release water out into the air, and that can help improve the humidity levels around you, especially in the winter if you have a very dry climate in the winter. This is especially helpful if you have dry or dehydrated skin, because dry and dehydrated skin can end up having a compromised skin barrier. You can have itching, you can have flaking, you can even have, dry, cracked lips, that kind of thing. So it's really good to have something that can help maintain the humidity levels. Some plants have a higher transpiration rate than others, so the ones that have a higher rate, better for your skin, especially if your skin is dry. Now, this isn't necessarily directly related to the skin, but let's talk about one more thing that plants are good for. They have been shown to have the physiological effects of reducing stress and anxiety, and less stress and anxiety. Let's just say my skin does look better when I'm less stressed out. They can also improve your concentration and productivity up to 15%. And there was a NASA study that indicated that houseplants can remove up to 87% of the toxins in the air within 24 hours. You don't have to be a green thumb to pull this off. I am not a green thumb. I have a terrible track record of keeping plants alive, but I have managed to keep all of the ones that I've purchased so far alive for over a year, and I've got some more coming, so we'll see how it goes. Let's talk about some of the plants that are good for your skin. I'm going to focus on plants that are kid and pet safe, so they are not toxic to cats and dogs or people if you should happen to eat them. Don't eat any of these plants. Don't feed them to your kids or to your cats or your dogs. You can still end up with upset stomach or blockages. You don't want to eat these. However, there's nothing in the plant that in and of itself is toxic to the animals. Now, I'm getting this from sources online. I have not tested any of it. All I know is that these are the plants that I am safe buying. My cats haven't had any problems with them. The internet says they're good, but do your own research. Double check with your veterinarian or your physician if we're talking human or animal. But that said, let's talk about some of the good ones. Eureka Palm or Majesty Palm. These are two different indoor types of, palm trees. They're palms. I have two Majesty Palms that I have flanking my front door indoors, and mine started out about 3 feet tall, and I've got them in some nice mid-century modern planters that are about a foot off the ground. So they are nice, tall, decorative trees. You can get smaller ones, but they do grow to fill out about that size. I think they can get to 4 to 5 feet tall if they get fully grown. But the Eureka Palm has one of the highest transpiration rates of any plant, so they are great for dry skin. All of these plants are going to help purify the air and remove toxins and improve that level of environmental aggressors, so there are less of them in the air. So that applies to all of these. But the Eureka Palm especially is really good for dry skin. It puts a lot of moisture out into the air. My next favorite, and I'm not that good at keeping these alive, I'm on my second one, but the bromeliads are so cool looking. They're like, they have these green leaves and it's really cool, like dramatic looking single flower that comes out from the center. And recently I just discovered that I might have been watering mine wrong, that I should be putting the water into like the cup of the plant, like the mother plant at the bottom, and I had just been watering the soil, so maybe I'm responsible for some of their failure. They're great for the bedroom because unlike most plants, you know, most of the plants are only going to be releasing oxygen into the air during the daytime when they are awake and they're doing photosynthesis, but the bromeliads will actually release oxygen in the air through the night. And so if you put them in your bedroom or wherever you sleep, you will have nice, freshly oxygenated air all night long. The sizes of them, you can get them smaller, like a 12-inch size. Mine's pretty big. It's about 20 inches tall. I also have it in like a mid-century modern kind of planter. It's a really bold, statement-looking kind of a plant. So cool looking. Next up, spider plants. These are great for hanging, and they love humid environments. So this is one that I just ordered, that the idea of having one like a plant in your bathroom, why not? They love humid environments. If you take showers in your bathroom or baths in your bathroom, the humidity is going to be great for the spider plant. It's going to help clean your air. And I was thinking about it, you know, I spray a lot of things in my bathroom. I spray dry shampoo, I spray, you know, all my skincare mists and things. Like, there probably are things floating around in my air that wouldn't be bad if they got cleaned out of the air. So spider plant is on its way for me. I plan to hang mine over the tub next to my windows, and we'll see how that goes. Also, I recommend, this is a plug for a former student, now friend of mine, Katie George Macrame on Etsy. I just ordered a plant hanger from her. That is what I'm going to use to hang my spider plant when it gets here. I also have another macrame piece from her. She does brilliant handmade work and it's beautiful. Go check her out. Next plant, the Peperomia. I have never had one of these before. So I fell down this rabbit hole when the interwebs were recommending rubber plants. Well, rubber plants are not pet safe, and I'm not going to bring a plant into my house that my cats might die over. So I kept on looking, and the Peperomia is sometimes called the American rubber plant or the baby rubber plant because it's a little bit smaller than the actual rubber plant. So they look similar. It's a great alternative. It's very cute looking. And you get the similar kind of look of the leaves to them, and they're not toxic to pets or kids. Now, the plant behind me is actually fake. It is a fig leaf tree, a fake one, because fig leaf trees, not pet safe, but I love how they look. The Peperomia is gonna look a little bit like that with smaller leaves instead of the big flat leaves, but another great one for keeping your air clean and good transpiration rate in terms of putting moisture back into the air. Next up, I just ordered one of these as well, a Boston fern. Maybe I just like it because it's Boston and I love Boston, but ferns are really cool looking plants. They're also great for hanging, and they are one of the best air purifying plants. Also great transpiration rate for putting humidity out there, but super great at purifying the air. So if you like the hanging plant look, Boston ferns, a good one to go for. The last one that I am recommending that I have also just ordered for indoors. I never thought of this before, to have one indoors. A rose bush. Here's why they're good for skin. Check this out. You take the rose petals, you make your own DIY rose water facial mist, that kind of thing. Super easy to do. Put some rose petals in filtered water, boil it, let it cool, strain it out. You have brilliant DIY rose water. Put it in a mister bottle, have a happy life. I just ordered a miniature rose bush. I read that they're a little more finicky to take care of than a regular rose bush, but I also found a variety that looks like it's been bred to be resistant to trouble that it would have indoors. So fingers crossed, we'll see if it ends up working out or not. But I just thought that's brilliant, and I love roses, and they're so pretty and they smell so good. What a great idea! Whoever thought of putting rose bushes inside? I think it's awesome. Now I'm going to tell you some of the plants that do have good benefits in terms of transpiration and air purification, but they're not pet or kid safe. They're toxic to pets and kids. So if you have pets or kids or both, I don't recommend them, but I'm going to throw the names out there because if you're not worried about pets or kids, then you might look into these as well. The peace lily, English ivy, so pretty. I wish I could have English ivy. Pothos, I'm not sure how to say that one. The rubber plant, the snake plant, those look cool too. And aloe. You would think aloe's brilliant for the skin, but no, do not have aloe around with pets and kids. So again, those ones I just listed, not safe for pets or kids, toxic to pets and kids. But if you don't have pets or kids, check them out. There you have it, some green beauty, literally. Do you guys have houseplants? Are you in that whole houseplant craze? I know people are like, it's really trendy to have a whole lot of houseplants, and I don't do so well at keeping them all alive. I don't want that many because I'm afraid I would kill them all, but I've got more coming, and I've got probably 5 of them, 6-ish that I've kept alive for a while now. We'll see how it goes. Are you a houseplant person? Let me know down below. Do you have other recommendations for houseplants that are safe for pets or kids? Put those in the comments as well. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup and stuff like that with me. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time for new videos. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.